Welcome to Adrift in Aldhalor, our weekly actual play D&D show, set in our homebrew world of Oradun. We are getting back into the flow of the stream after the holiday break. And yeah, excited to be here. Our music is licensed through musicbed.com, and occasionally we use some Ambience from TabletopAudio or Syrinscape. I'm gonna bring Shannon in
Who?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There she is. There she is
Oh,
with
hi.
her little Saskia
My little
portrait.
Is this the right side?
Other side.
Damn it.
Side. Shannon.
Yeah. Hi.
What's up?
Not much. Come here often?
Only every Monday.
Wow, what a quick.
And soon Thursdays, maybe.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need to get back on that that train. It was so fun.
I know. I miss streaming on Thursdays. So
yeah,
that is hopefully coming back soon. I have so many backlogged games to play too. Like I could get into Dragon Age Veilguard.
I've been playing.
What have you been playing? You've been playing video games?
I have.
What have you been playing?
Not PC, but I've been playing Spyro.
Oh.
I played it when I was little.
Ones? I don't know if there's newer ones.
The Reignited trilogy, which I think is basically just the remastered version of the old ones.
Very nice.
It's so nostalgic and it's so much fun.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah, does Milo Man watch you play it?
He had a couple of times, and his favorite thing is when I charge into an enemy and collect the gem from him. He'll go bonk.
Really? That's adorable.
Yeah, it's great.
Very adorable.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But they're all not here. You're all not here to listen to us talk about video games and things. You're here for some D&D. So let me do my thing, and then we'll do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Tonight, I'm going to start with Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a best-selling, Emmy-nominated TTRPG publisher building new and exciting settings for the cipher system of every genre you can imagine. Each setting includes everything you need to explore its unique world, including lore, species, descriptors, foci, creatures, ciphers, artifacts, and all of the rules that you need to play. For as little as $3, you can join their Patreon and help shape each of the worlds that they create. Next, we have Eddie Yorke. He's our character artist. As you can see, and you will see on the rest of the crew's little screeny screens this side, we have our little character busts. And Eddie did them. He did them. They're fabulous. He's an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. And that's Yorke with the E. Yorke. Yeah. 1985 games. They're awesome. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other TTRPGs. Sean uses their NPC cards, and they're really great, and they bring a lot of depth to the NPCs in our game, and they can to yours as well. So if you'd like to purchase those or any of their other awesome products, use the code paradiceprod for 10% off your entire order. Good news. All the VODs are up to date on our YouTube channel. Woo! Air horns. Pew, 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 pew. All that things. So you can catch up on our story on YouTube. And if you have questions, join us on Discord. My brain farted for a second there. I got there. Yep. Join us on Discord for a discussion. That's not right. Discussion. I tried to be fancy and saying it. It didn't work. Ask us questions on Discord. We'd love to hear them. We love talking about our characters and their story and everything that's happening. So join us on Discord, but you can also join us on Bluesky, Twitch, X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
For 5 days.
Not for long.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I am sad about it, but I will appreciate my time back.
I know, right? I actually have not been on it in quite some time, so my inbox is flooded with all the videos that I haven't watched, but I don't know. Maybe I'll let them maybe I won't watch them before it goes away and be a rebel. I don't know.
I think that's actually conforming to the law.
Oh no. So maybe
It's
I
not
have
illegal to
watch
use
them.
TikTok. It's just illegal
Let's
to-
play.
Yep.
Let's play.
All right, let me bring the other fellas in. There they are. Ooh, let me adjust.
Hello.
Actually, just gonna do a quick adjustment.
Is the audio working, Sean? Audio, la 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 la.
Oh, I was just
audio.
adjusting Alex because he was a little off-centered.
But
the audio is working.
Okay, great.
Alrighty then. Shall we jump into a recap? Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Sorry, I'm community managing. Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm chicken chomping. Sorry.
All good.
I'm Pearl Trollhand.
I'm here.
Great. Roll call has been concluded.
Hi.
Oh, good, Stefan. I marked you absent for a second, but now I'll mark you as present. Here we go. Last we left off, Iron and Mana found some rest after providing blessed wart throughout the city or township of Serkanto, saving them from the undead hordes brought by the Harbinger's storm. They still have 2 days to hole up in
Heralds.
Did I say Harbinger?
Harbinger.
It was not the Harbinger. That would be... They'd all be dead if it was the Harbinger. The Herald Storm brought undead hordes, and our heroes protected the people by dispersing the holy root, the holy plant that or flower that keeps them safe. But they found themselves holed up in Bruce's magical tower for 2 days. They all had certain things that they wanted to do, to relax, rest, read up on their manual of ability score improvement. Septimus was hard at work at a ritual upon the body of Sal, his Machina companion. Saskia, though, was contemplating consuming the blood potion provided to her by Mother Vine, the Fey entity that the party interacted with and got the blessed wart from to save the town. Supposedly, this potion included 3 of her memories from before her patron took her memories from her when they made their deal a couple of years ago. She asked the party for their opinions on what they should do, or what she should do. Some of them supported what she wished. Others disagreed with her decision, believing that she is a new person now and should look forward. Septimus particularly said that knowledge is powerful, and that knowing provide a lot of useful information, despite how painful it could be. Ultimately, she decided to imbibe the potion and asked some of the party to stay with her while she did. She drank this potion and felt her consciousness slip into an altered experience, where she was a passenger, witnessing the sometimes chaotic, sometimes muddied memories of whomever she was before her warlock pact. The most distinct feeling that she experienced was a disconnection from the actual memories. These were not bringing about some sense of catharsis necessarily in terms of her actually remembering. More so, she was experiencing the physical emotions of her memories. These 3 memories intertwined in several ways. The first of which being her as a very young child wandering around the fields near her home and into the forest where she saw the very first encounter with her patron in a creek-fed pond in the forest. Next, we saw Saskia on her way to some sort of academy on a cart with her father, moving through a bustling, massive city. Bigger city than Saskia's ever been to. This tied into a memory of her arriving in a brightly lit shoreline with a beautiful scintillating city in the distance. She was beginning some sort of magic school in this new land. But Saskia, as a young girl, or this young girl who Saskia was, had a penchant for her imagination and the concept of adventure, getting out of what is expected of her. This memory of basically not necessarily flunking out, but not paying attention at magic school, twisted with this darker memory of her father rebuking her for some sort of mistake that happened. A mistake so bad that her father said, "You're no longer my daughter." This led to Saskia fleeing into the very woods she met her patron in when she was younger. And this near adult Saskia found this patron while in the throes of panic, sorrow, and anger at her father and her life. What happened next was grotesque and hard to experience as Saskia bore witness to something horrifying and then nothing at all as she disappeared and the patron disappeared. Presumably the beginning of their pact. Mother Vine, who gifted these memories, though, gave Saskia something else. To experience this physical memory beyond her own memory. She witnessed her father come into these woods, weeping and calling out for his now gone daughter, only to find a locket that held the image of Saskia's mother in it. Presumably. As Saskia also, all of these memories were twisted up with the memory of receiving that locket from this very woman. Along the way of this, Saskia learned that she was from a place called Tasaka, or had some relationship to a place called Tasaka, and that she was meant to serve the community there in some sense. Perhaps that is what her education was meant to do. And perhaps that all tied together in with whatever grand mistake she committed. Although notably in these memories, the girl said it wasn't her fault and it was an accident. It wasn't her. You can only presume what that might mean. But essentially, she saw these memories of a privileged life and an education given to her. But this inner desire for something different, perhaps the musings of this patron, that conflicted with this. And the patron particularly was saying words to her at the end there of how this place is no longer her home and how she could give her everything she wanted. But the memories faded to darkness, and Saskia slowly, one pinky toe, one finger, one leg, one brain, came back to this reality. And she shared this all with her friends. The mentioning of a land called Tasaka drew some knowledge from Jacquette, who is from Gwenvalier, which is where Tasaka is, in a land called Endurus. Now independent land run by their own government, but at the time that Tasaka existed, was a rebelling force against the king in the north and the various other lands of the human kingdoms of Gwenvalier. And Jacquette revealed that Tasaka was the what's the word for it?
Site.
The site, the powder keg that blew up for this war. It is the site of the bloodiest battles, the site of absolute destruction in the fusion of the industrial war and magic, where several of the people who speak about this old world know the worst of Alman was laid bare on the fields that Saskia was running across as a child. And Tasaka no longer exists. Tasaka was destroyed. It's now just a memorial to that war and the dead. But also, the timeline doesn't match up. Tasaka was destroyed 30 years ago. Saskia is in her early 20s. And doesn't seem like she's just naturally youthful looking in her later years. So something is off about this. Whether it's Mother Vine's memories, were they tainted? Or is there something else going on with Saskia's bond with this patron? But with a lot to think about, Saskia took some time to herself. During this time, while everyone began to relax from the commotion of these memories being stirred, Septimus completed his ritual on Sal, which resulted in a casting of Divine Intervention, and specifically utilizing Divine Intervention to cast Legend Lore, to learn more about the Herald. Septimus was gifted strange visions. Corrupted, perhaps you could say, or infused with an alien mind. The mind that is this machina, this whisper he speaks of, that he supposedly worships and follows. But this whisper was anything but. It was almost an angry diatribe against the weakness of Alman, the weakness of flesh, of disgust. But he got his answers, at least in the sense that the herald at one time was a man. An Alman. Someone from this very township who fought and fought and fought against this undead force until eventually succumbing to it. And Machina implied that all who fight this void, this hunger, fail and become part of it. Which matches the hopeless landscape that you all arrived in. But unlike all those who failed before and became these heralds, or these liches, or shambling undead, you made progress by freeing Stormbreaker's Landing. A new chance, potentially. So, you then began to settle for the evening, having learned a lot about Saskia and a little bit about the Herald, and Septimus perhaps having some thoughts or needing to think over this entity he's worshipping. And Saskia went to bed. And in the throes of night, she awoke on a ship amongst the churning waves. And this is where we left off. So, we will jump into Saskia's dream. The waves are churning. You wake up on the deck, and you can feel the you can feel it's familiar to you. You know, as much as you've been spending time off sea with your friends in the last few months, you spent most of your memories are at sea over the last few years that you've been in this new world. So it's almost for a moment comforting to smell the salt in the air and to feel the soaked wood beneath your hands. It all feels very real. And it feels almost the same as it felt when you awoke on that shipping vessel in the middle of the Crencia Sea 3 years ago.
That will absolutely be my first thought as I'm waking up and taking in all of this, everything that's happening. Can I get up and like run to the side of the ship and look over and see if it looks remotely like that shipping vessel? Because in my mind, since my patron has rescinded my powers in my mind, she's starting me over. She's hit reset, and that's it. So I'm in this moment of panic. I'm trying to see if that is where I am, if I went back to that moment.
So, you, I imagine, pop up, look around, rush to the side to look, and you can see open ocean in all directions. Much like last time, you woke up literally in the middle of the Crentia Sea. You were actually fished out of the water, though, that time, from what you heard. So you might start to think that. You see a little bit of debris in the water, and you go, no, I didn't wake up on the ship. I was found in the ocean. But you look around upon that moment of, like, panic, and, like, you still might think, like, she put me on a ship in the middle of the sea. You look around, there's no one on this ship.
And my next thought is, how is this sailing? If there's nobody on the
So
ship.
I will say, the ship is not sailing. It is stationary.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is anchored.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
All right. Okay. No land from what I can see.
No land.
All right. What's the weather like?
Beautiful.
Ugh.
Sky is powdered with beautiful fluffy clouds, but blue. Sun is shining. It's probably early afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock. The air is warm. It's not the colds of the north. It's really nice out.
I'll like kind of get lost in that for a second then. I was just like, oh god, this is so nice. Just the warmth of the sun, the spray of the sea, the scent of the salt water. And then I'll kind of like snap out of it, just be like, if this is your fucking idea of I don't even know what. If you're trying to be funny, it's not fucking funny.
You say this out to the air, maybe to your necklace. Your necklace is there.
Okay. Yeah.
No response. And this is like a medium-sized shipping vessel. You know, but no, by no means a war vessel. There's no cannons or anything on it. There is at the head of the ship, there is like a small scorpion. Not the bug, but the siege weapon.
Yeah.
And there's no sounds. You just look to the side and you can see, looking down, there are an awful lot of fish in the water swimming around the ship. Whether they're looking for scraps being thrown over or whatever, there's just a massive school of fish surrounding this. And that's when you hear it. You hear the plucking of strings and the sounds of a mandolin being played. And that's when you hear it coming from above. You look up. There seems to be a gentleman in the crow's nest.
Is this your ship? Where the fuck am I? Are you working with her? This isn't fucking funny.
You actually have to like yell because the sounds of the
This
waves.
isn't fucking funny.
It's maybe you like even like get frustrated just saying that you scream up there. This isn't fucking funny, and the mandolin stops. You hear some grunting as the man shifts, and then you see someone, his face, look over. You can see a incredibly sunburnt individual. Like someone who clearly is at sea often. He's probably in his mid to late 20s. He has he's sort of like laying in a long like sailor's coat that he's like turned into like a bit of a backrest and a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his boots kicked up and kind of hanging over the edge of the crow's nest. And you see he pulls them in. And you hear some fumbling around as he puts his mandolin to his side, and then you can see he starts to climb down.
I will watch very warily. And like, if I imagine like I ran to the base of the crow's nest and just kind of stood there with my hands on my hips shouting. And as he comes down, I'm gonna like back up, and, like give him space to land.
Oh, and Saskia, you don't have any of your belongings other than like the clothes in your back. Like you
And
don't
the necklace.
have the bracers. You don't have your sword.
No.
You just have your necklace and like basically the clothes you've always worn. Your salty sailor's clothes.
As this guy is climbing down, can I just like casually like flick my hand over the side of the ship and try and cast Eldritch Blast? See if anything happens.
Nothing. Not even the sense of power being drawn from the amulet. Because something you remember, maybe you remember it now that it isn't there, is that every time you cast Eldritch Blast, there was a sensation that you were drawing from the amulet into your hands. Like it wasn't coming from your body. It was coming from the amulet ultimately.
Okay. So then I'll just kind of like go out and then just like reach back and scratch my head and watch this guy as he comes down.
So you can see him a little bit more clearly when he's halfway down. He has this mandolin on a strap and it's hanging at his back. And you can see there's something like carved into it, and then like there's words carved into it that have been like decorated with like they've actually been almost like wood burned into the mandolin. He has this tunic on, the sailor's tunic that has the sleeves kind of ripped off, and there's just sort of sun-tanned arms. Very muscular, as a sailor would be, someone who works with these ropes, works with these heavy equipment of this. At his waist are 2 swords, 2 rapiers at his waist. And you see on the other side is a pistol, a flintlock pistol, and big sailor's boots, sort of billowing in the wind, baggy pantaloons that have kind of like a stripe aesthetic to them, red and white. As he comes down, and he has a headband wrapped around his head, and his hair is kind of like disjointed. Like there's some areas that are maybe like a little like shorter, and some areas that have little braids in them that are longer. He clearly cuts his own hair. And it is this black color. And as he comes down, you can see that sort of same mustache and scraggly beard that you've seen on many sailors. Like he clearly keeps the mustache and somewhat of a goatee, but then the rest is still kind of is like patchy across his face, with these bluish gray eyes that kind of peer right at you as he comes down. And you can see now the writing on the mandolin. And the mandolin is strange looking. Like you've seen mandolins in plenty of situations. Like it has it's very finely made. Like the way this guy looks as a regular sailor does not look like a guy who can afford this mandolin. And you can see the lettering's carved in it now as he kind of jumps down the last step, and it says, "This machine kills gods." And he turns and looks at you. He puts his hands on his waist, and I didn't think that I'd have any visitors. Welcome.
Where am I? Who are you? What the fuck is going on?
What's going on? What is going on?
I don't
That's
recognize
right.
this guy, do I?
That's right. Give me an insight check.
19.
I mean, he looks suspiciously similar to Roland, if Roland spent 20 years at sea.
Got it. All right. So I'll kind of like, after I say, "Who are you?" I'll look and be like, "Oh, no." And then wait for his reply that I so rudely interrupted. Sorry.
You see you see scars across his body. You can see he has like the particularly gnarly one
Mhm.
on his right forearm. It looks like it goes like up the length of it and is jagged. And then he has several other scars across.
Mhm.
And then you can see on his chest, you can see through the kind of fluttering tunic, you can see he has this very large tattoo across his chest of a kraken. And you can see sometimes with the shine of the light, the ink glitters a little bit.
That's cool.
As the mandolin hangs at his back, swords at his hip, gun. As you, he looks at you and as he just says, "That's right. That's right. I am sorry. It has been a while since I've taken this form. Saskia."
Yeah.
It's taking me a moment to catch up here. Welcome.
Thanks.
I think you're also catching up.
Yeah. Just a little bit, yeah. Oh my goodness. This is the last thing I fucking needed.
Well, take your time. Take your time. Get it all out. Tears, stress, vomit, whatever needs to come out.
It's quite literally have nothing left. Did all that already back in not here. Although I just remembered I'm fucking pissed at Jacquet and probably somebody else as well because they told me, and then I start to remember the conversation just because that I can't do anything at the moment. I can't go with them. I have to stay here, and they're just gonna leave me. They're just gonna go and just leave, and I have to stay. What the fuck am I gonna do? It's and then I just work myself up into a tizzy.
It
and
was
just
so much
speechless.
harder to get the rest of your party to talk like this. And then he takes the mandolin from the side and just like is plucking some strings as he's kind of walking and watching you crash out a little bit, and then like walks away from you up to the wheel of the ship. Let the sea air fill your lungs, Saskia. Feel yourself at home.
What's it? And I just start to follow him. What does that mean on your instrument there? This machine kills gods.
Who's this? This is a time in my life when I thought it was evocative.
Does it really? It's pretty fucking badass if it does.
Well, there's only one way to find out. But that's for later in the conversation.
Right, well then I suppose we should just get to it. I've been expecting you. I've been warned against chatting with you. I've been told not to. But honestly, I am at my fucking lowest right now, and I'm all ears.
Well, that's the point. Things have changed. Timelines have been adjusted. And while it was fun to play games with your friends, and I'll admit it got away from me, there are some more urgent requests I have.
Oh. Sorry to disappoint you, but I can't do anything. And I will try to Eldritch Blast magnificently in both directions.
You don't have to do that. I understand. I know. There's a reason why I chose this evening. I sensed that your powers were gone. She took them back. Right?
Yeah, she did.
You look like you need a drink. And he slaps his hand on a barrel that's by the stairs leading up to the wheel. And then kind of like out of nowhere in his other hand is a flagon. And he twists it and the ale comes pouring out. Grog. It's a bit sour, but it's the best I have on this old vessel.
I probably shouldn't. Even though I really want to.
I'll put it right here. He places it down on top of the keg. And he holds his hands up, lets the mandolin fall to his legs. He's like, I come with no tricks up my sleeves. As you can see, I come with no sleeves.
I don't know. Just because you don't have sleeves doesn't mean you can't hide them somewhere else.
Huh. Very good. You're learning. Been screwed over one too many times, it seems. I too screwed over one too many times. And you've now, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't have perfect knowledge of everything that happens with you all. I don't spend my entire days in hell watching you all. I just pop in here and there. So whatever you've done to insult her. It seems, from my perspective, that you've burned the bridge you walked over this land on.
Certainly feels that way.
And in that sense, from my perspective, Saskia, the deal is done. What do you owe her now? Nothing.
I don't know. She's still there. You know, like she's not gone completely. She's there just... Oh, you know, just... slithering and reminding me that she is in control.
And as you're saying that, you suddenly kind of like look up and he's gone suddenly. And then you can feel his hands on your shoulders from behind you. Oh, yes. Yes, she is still there, isn't she? And he kind of turns you around to face him, and his hand is now clutching the necklace. There you are.
Yes, there she is, and that's where she's just being a bitch.
Yes. What did you do?
To be fair, I asked her first.
That sounds like an excuse someone makes when they mess up a deal.
No. If I remember correctly,
There's
the
plenty
deal
of people I
was-
asked first before I spit in their face.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean I didn't spit in their face.
I didn't intentionally spit in her face. All right? I do spit a lot, particularly when I get worked up and talk, but I didn't do it on purpose. I told her, and I have been telling her for some time now, that I want to remember something.
Yes.
I
and what
want
did she
to
say?
remember something. She said never. I believe, actually, what I asked her was, will you ever allow me to remember anything from who I was? I believe those were my exact-ish words.
Oh, you sound like a devil right now, going into the nitty-gritty of the language of the contract that you don't even remember signing. My dear Saskia, you're dealing with a fae here, not someone as distinguished as myself.
I look him up and down as he says distinguished at his outfit.
You don't view me as distinguished in this form? I view this as my most distinguished form.
Oh, do you?
That's where I have my best memories.
There is something quite sophisticated about the sea, is there not? I look out over
there.
onto it.
You're no stranger to the lessons of the sea, right? Although you did spend only a few short years scrapping in the shallows, and then your first stint at pirate went swimmingly.
Yeah. Not quite what I had in mind.
Well, you've made a mistake that plenty have made, including myself. You entered into a deal with someone with bad faith. And she, and he points at your necklace, well, she's a monstrous. She's not someone you can deal with. She's
You
erratic.
Speak as if you speak like you know her.
I've met many people in my lifetime. Spent many years here, many years trying to be here. I've come to be quite frank with you, Saskia. I've been inspired.
Have you?
Of course, there's a reason I come to you in this form. There's a reason your friends will not be so far away on my list for visits. Iron and mana. Iron and mana. First adventuring team of the Aldhalor Islands. What you've done here reminded me of the impact adventuring parties can have. There's a reason devils, fae, worse things come for you all, adventurers. You have the ability to change things where we can't. Your whole world is the way it is because of an adventuring party. And I must say, you remind me of them. So, I feel inspired. Hence, I'll no longer be putting little silly cookies of you all out, or running you all through the ringer, so to speak. I'm just simply bored of it at this point.
Right, you speak real fucking pretty.
Oh,
You
thank
just get
you.
to the point. What do you want?
A few things. Some you can give me today, and some you can give me later. All of which come with boons.
Does one of those boons happen to be my powers?
That's the
I'd
easiest thing. What do you want? Do you want an Eldritch Blast? Would you like an Eldritch Blast, Saskia?
Yes.
Ah, yeah, that's right, you do. That's right. And he takes his pistol out and just fires it into the sky as you see an Eldritch Blast fires up. I could do this all day. Would you like a flaming sword? Pulls out his rapier and ignites immediately into flames. He sheathes it and it goes out as he sheathes it. What do you want?
I'll look out at the ocean again and think of all the things that I have done on the sea and what I was just learning how to do, potentially, with the lightning and the storms and that chaotic elemental power. I want it back. I want my power back. I felt like someone when I had it. Now I feel like no one, and my friends are wasting no time in reminding me that I'm useless without it. And then I stop and I think about that after I say that. I'm like,
To be fair,
I kind of like backpedal a little bit. When I think about it, their hearts are in the right place. I know why they said it. It just fucking hurt. Just fucking hurt. And truth be told, I am a liability without it. They're right. They're right. Just hate that they're right.
Well, party members tend to do that. You just want your powers back? That's it?
No, of course not, but I want to know I'll pick up the flagon that's on the barrel and hold it. And I said, before I tell you more of what I want, because there is a little bit more, what is it that you want?
He smiles at you. The actions of your party, mingled with the goings-on of the world, the planes of existence. Oh, the timing is ripe. Beautiful even. Strings of reality. A race has begun, Saskia. A race.
A race.
And I intend to win it.
What's you racing for?
An open seat. Somewhere that will take me from the hells.
So you want out too?
Of course. You've been to the hells. It's dreadful. When I made my deals, I didn't think it would lead to this. And like I told your friend Bruce, I have some bones to pick. Certain players in your world. I intend to finish it.
Are you gonna hurt people?
Of course. Aren't you also going to hurt people? But I promise you they deserve it. I'm never going to ask you to drink some soup from some boiling piss pot in an elemental temple.
That was fucking disgusting.
No, you'll have a better class of partner. I've told you more in this last 5 minutes than she's probably told you in the entirety of your relationship with her.
You're definitely more straightforward, albeit eloquent, but at least you're direct. So then I'll, still holding the flagon, I'll say, I now know, I won't say I remember because I don't, but I know some things about who I was, and fuck, it has opened a floodgate. I did something, and I don't know what it was. I did something that caused my father, I think, to basically disown me. So it must have been pretty fucking terrible.
Who cares?
I just fucking said I did. I do. I care. I want to know.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
Because I threw away an education over it. Power over it.
Hmm.
It was fucking smart. I was going to a fucking school.
Yes. Yeah, it didn't look like you were doing too well in that school. Sorry, I guess I did peek. Sorry. my worst half coming out here. This is what I was doing to your friends, and I need to stop. We're going to have a partnership. You want more
Maybe.
knowledge. You want to know your past. You want to know who that woman was.
And her name. That's the first time I've kind of said it out loud. It shouldn't matter, but it... Because she's gone. I gave it up for a reason. But there's something. I have to know whether I made the right choice.
The right choice. The right choice. No such thing. It's only the choice you made. I can help there. Possibly. The word I
How?
can give you is that I will do everything in my power to try to acquire these things for you. Memories are fickle. It's not so easy just to pull out a net and run around chasing butterflies. Memories are deep. Tremendous power that fey creature probably did to get those memories out. By the way, I can flush her out of your system too, if you agree. Because she's there. Don't you worry.
She's probably listening to this. Are you? Are you listening to this? So I'm gonna fucking do it. I might fucking do it.
She is listening. And there's a smile on his face as he stares at it. She is definitely listening. Saskia, on the anchor. He steps up to the wheel.
And something about that's like just muscle memory.
Mhm.
I go to the anchor and start lifting it, hoisting it. Excuse me.
You start to push on the anchor wheel, and it's hard work.
Mm.
This is not something that you should be doing on your own, but he's completely in control of this vessel. He's making you work for no reason. But you start to suddenly hear the churning of the waves, and you can feel the ship is not moving with the sails. The ship is, there's not even maybe even an anchor you're lifting. The ship is floating up into the air. And you hear the water raining down from its hull like rain in over the sea. And then suddenly, as you just hear the raining down, as now you're in a flying ship. Quickly, up here.
I had put the flagon down to pull the anchor up or do whatever I just did, but I'll grab it on the way over to where he is.
And he's standing on the edge looking down now.
I'll step up next to him and look down too.
Look out there. Down to the waters. Look at them now. Look at them all as they teem and squirm and wriggle as he's looking down at the school of fish.
Mm.
So foolish. They think these drops of water are food. Coming up. Look at them. And you can see like fish jumping out of the water as if they're trying to catch food.
It's a tease.
Following one another, desperate, aimless. You have a chance to be someone larger, important, to impact the world around you. But, and I ask this of anyone I work with, you should not aspire to greater paths, better waters, the tracks, the drippings of others. Take your own. Make the churning waves, the blind fish, heart for you. And you can see down below now all of these fish scatter, as you can see, just a giant whale comes up and just opens its mouth. Dreams, visual metaphors. It's great. As he smacks the wooden railing. Oh, I've missed this ship. You know, I owned it with a fellow. Didn't fly back then. If you're to enter into any agreement with me, you have demands, I have demands. It's something important to me. Call it guilt on my part. If you can help it, support your friends. Don't waste iron and mana.
Do you mean like stay with the group? Further our cause?
No, I mean enjoy their friendship. Don't abandon them.
They were ready to do.
For your own good.
And theirs.
See there, right there, Saskia. And he kind of like steps back and like does a quick little like chord on the mandolin really fast. One is, you are prone to find the worst in others. Change that. Our deal is to go on. That's my first request.
Your first request is for me not to be a judgy bitch.
Yes. See, I lost a lot of things, Saskia, in my own dealings. And if there's anything I could desperately wish for back, was friends. Friends I've lost along the way, but bridges I've burned, people I abandoned to get what I wanted. Because I never got what I wanted. But I still lost them. And you have a chance to not follow in that mistake. So, first request, don't be a judgy bitch. Second request, and this is the big one for right now. I want that. And he points at your necklace.
This.
Of course.
Do you want to control her?
God, no. God's no. I couldn't. I tried. I have tried before. And she is not a good partner. What's it to me? Well, I suppose you could say the obvious thing is I don't want your old patron whispering into your ears during our pact. But number two, it really is that is something important to me.
Have you seen it before?
Of course.
Is it yours?
It was at one point.
Really? How did she end up with it?
An unhealthy dispute between me and another.
Right. So that's two.
Mm-hmm. And the rest are to come later. And it will always come with rewards. Not just for you, but if you aren't a judgy bitch, rewards for your friends. Could you imagine? And he plays another trembling note. If Jacquette learned a real instrument.
And I laugh at what Jacquette's face would look like if he learned that his hand drums are not a real instrument.
What do you say?
Like I said, you speak really pretty. She did too. That's how I wound up in this situation. What assurances do I have that you're not going to fuck me over like she did?
Well, I can't. Ultimately, no one can. Not even angels. They're stuck with their rules, and if you break them, they break you. The whole tree, the whole charts, whimsical, lawful, chaotic, good, evil. Please. I can't. All I can offer you are the boons I offer you. What I can say, at the end of the day, is you can leave whenever you want.
Really?
Of course, just tell me. Say, I would like to end our deal. You might incur a debt if you didn't fulfill something and I gave you something for. But if you want to leave, you can leave. You won't have the Eldritch Blasts anymore, of course, but you just want to go back to your old life, sail around a little bit, live an ordinary life. I don't care. It's truthfully the one thing I can assure you. I'm not like other patrons.
So it's really, truly a partnership.
That's what I always wanted.
Will you answer my questions if I ask them?
If I can. Of course.
And you can help me. Or help with my friends and provide for them too.
So long as their iron and mana exists. Remember, iron and mana. You leave, you betray them. We might have to rediscuss our discussion. Rediscuss our negotiations.
I don't want to leave them.
Of course, if you have a really good reason to, I'm open. I'm all ears. But they're helping you help me. Why wouldn't I give them interesting things? It would be easier if they all entered this pact. That would be lovely, and I will offer it to them, especially if you say no.
Oh, and I will just kind of like rub my temples and...
I can give you some time to think about it, but I don't think you have a lot of time because
No,
you're going
I
to
don't.
be left in the snow. In
Yes, I'm aware,
probably
thank you.
10 hours, 24 hours from now, or...
Right. Stay with Iron and Mana. Don't be a judgy bitch.
Give me your
Help you.
necklace.
And the necklace, and help you out of the hells.
You've got it.
In exchange for my powers.
You've got it.
Who I was, more memories, my name.
If I can get it. And I promise I'll do all in my power to try.
And help for my friends. Help's not the right word. Support for my friends.
If they are in alignment with our goals, why wouldn't I?
And when he says that, I will unfasten the necklace. Just hold it.
He holds a hand out.
I have the flagon in the other.
A flagon appears in his other hand.
And at the same time, I will cheers. And as I take a drink, I will hand him the necklace.
He will snatch it from your hand. And holds it up, and you can see the light glinting across it. Oh. Welcome home. And it vanishes from his hand. Up some sleeves that aren't really there. An accord, then.
Accord.
And he cheers, and he goes to drink his flagon. And he downs it. He just keeps drinking it until it's all gone. It is sour. It tastes vegetal, but with a malty aftertaste. It is beer brewed with like algae and like sea water to create this really sour beer that is a very, very particular taste. And he finishes it, and just as the old furball made it, a great day.
Yeah. Great day.
A gift. A gift is in store. A gift is in store to represent our pact. I took something from you. Other than a few pew-pews from an Eldritch Blast, you should get something else. He snaps his fingers and a set of half-plate armor goes across your body.
Wow.
It has it has sort of some jewels embedded in it that are like sapphires, and it has these motifs of waves all across it. And it is fitted to you, and it is light, as in it is half plate, and it may not imbue the negative the disadvantage on stealth, and can be worn by you regardless of your armor proficiency.
Cool. Which is light armor, but still.
Well, goodbye. You can leave now. Off the ship, off the Demukna's Grace. Planks over there. You have to go into the sea to prove yourself. Can you be a whale? Or are you one of the guppies out there?
I'll look at him and smirk. And then with a little bit of his swagger that he has, I'll walk over to the end of the plank, and I'll look back. Not a fucking guppy. And I will gracefully swan dive into the ocean in my brand new armor that hopefully doesn't make me sink.
The contrary.
As soon as you hit the water, you feel yourself go down several feet deep, as you can sort of kind of feel yourself free floating for a moment. As you can see and hear the whale song, as that whale is just... It sounds exactly like that. As you then hear the sounds of reality coming back. And you open your eyes.
A raisin in the sauna.
It is it's still the middle of the night. You hear your friends snoring.
Am I wearing the armor?
You are. You roll
Do you
me.
still have it saved?
I do.
Is it
yeah,
is it Iros?
it is.
Ah! I'm so excited.
I thought you were asking like meta, like, did you save before this so you could like go back on the whole back?
Oh no.
Saskia, you can change your patron to the fiend
Oh boy. All right.
from your archfey you currently have.
Uh-huh. Fiend, all right.
Join the dark side.
Ooh, I have to choose a fiendish resilience.
Cold.
Lightning. Huh?
Cold.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, that's keeping with her original character
It
design,
is.
right?
It is.
Yep,
No, it is. I
yep.
thought you said
And also
gold,
makes sense,
and then I was
too,
like
if she-
cold. Yeah,
You're sailing.
yeah. Well, I used to be resistant to cold.
Can you roll me a D100 real quick?
Sure. Let me just get back to this my sheet. D100. 94.
Okay. There's a faint smell of sulfur in the room.
Fyrn.
Oh,
Saskia, that faint smell of sulfur might follow you a little bit, and you might just smell like farts for a while.
No. Honestly, how is that any different than before?
But yes, you are wearing. So I do need to edit the item,
Okay.
because there are some things on it that D&D Beyond was not able to do in the past, but is able to do now to fix some parts of it. But the armor gives you a swimming speed equal to your walking speed.
Cool.
It is half plate. You do not suffer the disadvantage imposed by stealth. You have advantage on stealth when you are within 15 feet of salt water. Once per long rest, the armor allows you to cast control water.
Ooh. Very
It is
cool.
Decorated with fish and waves and shell motifs.
Pretty. Great. Thanks, Iro. I'll take good care of it.
You better.
The first to take the deal.
why do you say it like that? Like we're all gonna take the deal, huh, Sean? What was that about?
Saskia,
Yes.
you no longer have the cutlass that you had.
The scimitar.
Yes.
Okay.
You no longer have the cutlass. You
Sad.
do
I have
still have
the-
the bracers.
Bracers, pearl of power, and the rod.
You no longer have the rod.
Okay. All right. So I got an attunement spot back because I don't
Just
have the
in
necklace
time
anymore.
for the armor.
Woo!
So yeah, so basically,
Great.
yeah, the rod of the Pact Keeper is no, you lose that, but that spot gets replaced with the armor,
Cool.
which I will put on your sheet for next session.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I think.
There's one of two things that I was going to give you as a gift. It was either that or something else that Ro has.
Mm-mm.
Dare give her the rapier.
All
Give her
right.
the give her the deck of many things.
Oh, God.
I was considering it.
You're gonna give her that.
I'm not
That's
joking. I
wild.
was 100% considering giving her the deck of many things, or having her draw from it, like having Ro force her to draw from it as part of the deal. Just to, he's like, I'm gonna give you a bunch of cool stuff, but I want to fuck things up real quick for you right before.
Just hang on. I got to do one
just too
one
peaceful.
fiendish thing. Yep.
Yeah, it's like
It's too
I haven't-
civilized.
All right, so Saskia,
Okay.
you are a warlock again.
Yay! Excuse
Instead
me
of
while I go
a
read my new
commoner.
things.
No
Thank
more drinking
God.
weird liquids.
No more
Yeah.
magic crab water.
No, instead you'll be asked to do other things
Uh-huh.
much more directly.
Oh yeah.
Just helpful.
All right, you can maybe you stay up for the rest of the night excited, but you can finish your long rest, and everyone
Great.
can wake up 4 hours later. The air in the tower feels less stifling. The darkest corners of the tower just look like regular old shadows as the light peers in from the windows between the shutters that were installed last time. And you can peek out the window and see that the blizzard is completely past. In fact, it's actually quite bright outside, as if the sun is shining. Saskia is wearing armor.
That's-
Jacquet's still asleep.
Yeah. He
so
sleeps
that's-
in. Yeah.
Ugh. Saskia.
that's some interesting
Hi.
attire you found.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you're ready for that much armor yet. I mean, you haven't been training at all. You've been skipping out on the morning trainings too much.
Excuse me. We were practicing with shields before you
Just
started
for a
reading the
second, don't
stupid
distract
book.
from the elephant in the room. Where did you get that, Sass?
Well, I apologized.
You to your patron.
Mm-hmm. Profusely. I got down on my knees and just said I'm sorry.
Does that
And I'll
work?
never do it again.
Oh? Jacquet says, rolling on a bed. And where did you contact her from? Don't you usually need seawater to do that?
No, not always. She's just stronger when we're by the water, and there's water around.
Realizing that there are the saunas upstairs, Jacquet goes, okay. So,
Why give you
Remember-
a gift if she was trying to punish you?
You know, she's tricky.
Inside check.
Saskia, you can roll me a deception check, and Bruce, you
Flying
can roll
through
me an
my
insight
fucking
check.
teeth. 22.
Ooh. Huh. Well, if you think your patron helps.
Oh,
guess what Jacquet got?
Yeah, fucking 30. Of course he did.
Well, do you have your powers back at least?
Well.
Jacques
Or
What's
is it just the armor to
sniffing the
protect yourself
air?
until you can
Something smell a little. It's not fishy. It's.
Look, we've been stuck in here for like 3 days.
No, it smells brimstone and fire.
I've been stuck in here for like 3 days.
Not talking to you, Fyrn.
I will summon Mage Hand and just wave.
Has she done that before?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've used Mage Hand before.
Oh. Oh, okay.
All right.
I'd be wary, though. Did she give you... She had to have asked for something, though. In
Yeah.
return.
Did you sign another contract or something?
No, like I said, I just said I was sorry and that I would never do it again, and I am at her beck and call.
Yeah, but that she gave you more gifts? Wouldn't just giving your powers back be enough?
Maybe she wanted to. I don't know.
Maybe she's worried
Why
of
am I going to question
the
a gift
impending
like this?
journey. Maybe she's
You've literally done nothing but question your patron since we've met you, Saskia. Why are you lying to us?
Whoa, well, don't come to accusations. What makes you think she's lying?
Bruce spits water from his water skin all over the place.
You would tell us if the truth, right, Saskia?
Right?
We've known each other for quite a while.
If it was me, sure, I would lie about something.
Yeah, but what you?
Well,
What
yeah,
you-
you're no surprise. But
Like you know.
I honestly don't even know if that's your real name.
Keep
Also-
on guessing.
Also, like, you know, where would she get the armor from other than her patron? That doesn't.
Where
Yeah.
indeed, Saskia?
Yeah.
Well, it's got some interesting decor on it.
Fine.
What?
No, I didn't apologize to her. No, I didn't get this from her. We're actually done. As you can see, no more necklace. I did the thing. Talked to Ro.
Oh,
I did it. I did it.
You-
Yes, I did it.
So you did more than talk to Ro.
Yeah, I did.
So
I'm
what
so
exactly-
disappointed in you.
What exactly did you agree to?
Not to be a judgy bitch, which is more to say than for some of you at the moment.
Jacques just starts laughing now. He's just laughing in the background this entire time.
To stay as part of Iron and Mana. Promised I would. And I want to. That wasn't just... Sorry.
we don't
That's
agree
Jacques-
either,
that's Jacques
Buffalo.
laughing.
And I gave him my necklace because it was apparently his from a time past. Plus, it anchored me to her, so I guess I didn't really need it anymore. And he promised to... He gave me my powers back, and he gave me this kick-ass armor.
Wait, there's got to be something else. He's gotten the devil or demons. Please correct me if I.
I think we've
Got this
established he's
wrong.
a devil.
All right, devil.
Devilish.
He needs something to hold over you for something. He's got nothing except a necklace from you. So why? It's kind of like an ongoing pact, as it were. You
Yeah,
have to fulfill something for him, right?
Yeah, I do. And I
what's that?
traded one pact for another. And to be honest, I'm not...
Because when I talked to Ro, he wanted to be let out of the hells.
And Saskia just stares at you. Mm-hmm.
This is what you've signed us up for now.
You let him out of the hells?
Releasing a devil from his
No,
plane,
no, no, no,
existence
no.
back on the mortal plane.
No, Saskia signed herself up to this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she
just
was
just
so
myself.
desperate to come north with us, she sold her soul to the devil. Wow, I'm actually a little touched.
No, you're fucking not.
Wait,
No, I am. I didn't realize that my words would... I didn't mean to hurt you. But to think that you would immediately go around and just trade one bad existence for another, I did not see that coming, to be sure.
Really? You didn't see it coming when you made me feel like absolute shit and
No.
said you were going to leave me?
I didn't-
Saskia, you notice that it starts to smell more like sulfur.
Oh boy.
Looking over at Jaquette.
Hold on, Bruce.
Okay.
The only person that can make you feel like shit is yourself.
Yeah, but you fucking helped.
No, I stated a fact.
But
We
you
could
stated
not
it
go
like
north with you.
like an asshole.
That's just who I am. If you haven't come to terms with that, then I don't know why you're still here, honey. I said what needed to be said, what no one else was going to say. And then you went around, and I don't understand. Do you think this is going to be any different?
I do.
I
Yes.
don't think we could let that slide. I mean, you just said that you can't. She's the only one. Your words don't affect other people. Like, she just told you that you made her feel terrible, and your response was, I didn't make you feel terrible because of what I said. Like,
No, that's not what I said. I said that only you, the royal you, can let someone's words affect you that way. What I said was harsh, sure, but that doesn't mean that she should have felt like shit about it. I was stating a fact.
Jaquette may have been blunt with what he was saying, but he was right nonetheless.
Thank you. And
I know he was. I know, all right? I know you were right.
And you don't think that he saw your weakness and told you what you wanted to hear to get your powers back?
I didn't want to stay here by myself.
Of course not, but we would have figured something out.
Judging from your tone, we wouldn't have. You would have left me and you would have gone and finished it without me.
Well,
And now I
guess that shows the trust. If anything else as good has come out of this, and at least now, it's the devil we know.
What would any of you have done? If you were me, huh? If you, Fyrn, if you didn't have your strength or your throwing the hammer thing, if you had nothing. Septimus, if you didn't have your arm or Sal or your ability to communicate with the Machina. Bruce, your brilliance. Jaquette, your brilliance. What would you do?
You didn't have nothing, though. You were
You're
still
right.
you. You were still the scrappy scavenger who could have found a way. And you still had us. You still do have us. I thought we were, our relationship was, as a group, was finally getting somewhere.
Why does this have to change it? Like you said, I signed myself up for it. I'm not asking anything of you all. He didn't ask for anything of you all.
Not yet.
Saskia, whether you're oath to demons or sea monsters or trees in a hole in the middle of the snow, you still have a warrior spirit, and nothing can take that away from you. Although I don't approve of all these pacts that you've been making to gain strength, I think that you did what you had to do, and you can only make your own decisions, but understand that if those decisions ever cause you to become something that you're not now, and your soul gets tainted, there's not much we can do.
Yeah, like what happens if you don't fulfill, right? Let's say you die. What does Ro just take your soul? You didn't fulfill his contract.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I can't die because I have to. Maybe I'll be immortal.
Don't know
That
if his
doesn't seem
powers
likely.
do that.
I don't know. We'll just have to stay alive then.
All right. Anyway, so the first two things you said, too, he wants you to stay with iron and mana. I mean, he also said not be sassy. Why is he obsessed with us? Why did he approach all of us?
That I don't know. And I'm not lying about
It
that.
seems like he's got a plan for us, and you sticking with us is going to veer us in a direction that's to his benefit.
Could be for everyone's benefit.
So, looking at Jacquette, we got to be careful what she suggests, is what I'm trying to say.
I've been wary of what Jaquette suggests ever since the beginning, so...
The thing is, Jacquette's predictable. He wants money. He wants fame. Great.
Well, we know Saskia's now, under the sway of some evil dude, so
Right.
I'd say that's pretty predictable, too.
That's all I'm trying to say.
No, but trust me in the fact that
Saskia, I can't.
Septimus' face looking a little hurt too. Interesting. You did just try to lie about how you got your powers. It's gonna be hard.
I only did that because I knew you would react like this, and I didn't want that to happen. I just delayed the inevitable.
Well, we're going to stay a team. Honesty is the only thing that we have.
You could still cast Eldritch Blast, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Looking at the armor up and down, do you even know what it does?
Do I know the benefits of it yet, or just Shannon?
No, just Shannon.
Okay.
All you know is that it's good armor and it's really light.
If you want, I could take a look at it, but
No. No, it's all right. And no, I don't know yet. No, I understand. I do. And now, not looking at any of you.
all right. Well,
There's a loud banging on the door.
Holy Rock looks like it's clear out. Oh, okay, there's a bang on the door. Somebody get that.
mage hand it open, and Jacquette goes, yes, who is it?
Coming like barreling in is Baron, who kind of like trips over the massive snow that falls into the door when it opens up. He kind of trips forward and he's just like, oh. It's pretty ripe in here, but here, and he has like a basket under his arm, and he puts it down on the table in the middle of this room and opens up the cloth, and there's rashers of bacon, fresh bread, a whole bunch of food that's not hardtack.
Baron, my friend, you are a welcome surprise. As Jacquette greedily reaches for the bacon and just starts.
Please. Eight.
Thank you, Baron. You're quite a welcoming soul in a barren place.
It's the least we can do after the town's still here. Everything worked out. This storm is past, and we live another day.
Yes, everything has worked out, Jacquette says, glancing a side look at Saskia before returning to his bacon. You came from the Hag's Hollow, yes?
No, I.
Oh.
Actually, I was staying with the Veilguard Tower, and they were cooking up some of their stores in celebration of the storm passing, and they grabbed some bread and meat for you.
You're too kind.
I figured you'd need it after being locked in, and so bright and sunny out, and in truth, it's almost warm.
They've already made breakfast. Does that mean everyone's okay? Like, were there any casualties?
Not that's been discovered yet. Nothing that is. It worked out. You properly dispersed all of the blessed wort in time. You've truly prevented countless deaths.
That's what Iron and Mana does, baby.
I figured I'd come check on you before we go about acquiring our supplies today. I don't know if you have a timeline in mind, but I was thinking we would leave in the morning.
I think we would all find that agreeable.
Agreed.
Yep.
Fine for me.
We have a bit of insight to who we're dealing with. The Herald is able to see some of this history by meditation.
Really?
Wait, you could. What?
Last night, when I cast Divine Intervention.
I'm
You
sorry.
share
What
that
was
with
that?
any of us?
Huh?
He did glow.
I did it in
yeah,
front of
yeah.
everybody, and then I explained it to everybody. I thought
He
Okay.
did actually.
Oh,
no,
right,
actually,
right.
he did explain that he learned the Herald was a man
That's
and all
right.
of that.
That's right.
Yeah, how did you do that?
through the knowledge bestowed upon me from Machina, who
That's a
peered through the
cop-out
veil of
answer.
time. and
Cop
showed me
out
a vision.
answer.
So could you like do that with like anything?
Well, the spell that I was channeling, it needs to involve a being of somewhat renown, power, well known. I figured this herald being a blight on not only the town here but the entire region. The people won't even know its name. It's the best chance I have. But
What if you said being? Could you possibly do it on an item, an artifact of legend?
Certainly, if my understanding of the magic is correct. I would
And
need
as-
to know what that item is, though, and be able to describe it well.
As you say that to Fyrn, Baron has lifted up a mini tiny keg and is pouring everyone cups of morning ale, and just placing them in front of people. He's in he's just like serving out food to everyone and everything. As he looks to you, Septimus, as you say that to Fyrn, and says, "And you can trust these whispers."
I believe with my whole heart I can.
Fair enough.
Bjorn like leans back in his chair, like sort of skeptical of that, last part, but says,
But I mean, the visions I was given just only show me that it was once a mortal man that was taken by the undead magic, the blighting rot, not the blighting rot, sorry, the rot that infected this area. And as I said to the group, to reiterate, I was thinking what the hag said about the magic emanating from a dead god. From speaking with Machina and hearing its tone and what it was referring to the magic as, but what if it wasn't necessarily like the corpse of a god, but literally the manifestation of death itself? It seemed to allude that whatever entity this is, it comes from a very, very old primordial place.
Well, I thought that there was good news there. You said that the Herald was just a man. I was like, great, sounds killable. This does not sound killable.
Well, we have a friend doing some research for us back in Hyven on the nature of these dead gods. And Bruce, didn't Lucas say a specific person he was going to look into that had recorded travels this far north?
Yeah, let me refer to my memory banks.
Would you like me to tell you the name?
That would be great, Sean.
Yes. Ezra
More of
Aratre.
immediate.
Ezra Aratre.
Ezra Aratere. Yeah, okay, it's right here. Yeah. Academic wizard of the north that did research of the gods of the north. Yeah. That guy.
So hopefully, in our journey north, Lucas will reach out again to Bruce and provide us some more information. Maybe then we can crack this icicle, as it were.
See, Baron bites into a big piece of bacon and kind of looks around and like with a very satisfied grin on his face as he looks to you all and he's like, Iron and Mana, walking library, esoteric knowledge about dead gods.
You know, you gotta make money or gold somehow.
Well, enjoy the food. I will begin preparations, acquiring some goods that we need. It's a beautiful day. Get outside. Enjoy yourselves a little bit. It's going to be a long, long journey north.
Okay.
So he gets up, finishes that piece of bacon, downs the little bit of ale that he poured himself, and gives you all a smile. He does look at Sass, who I imagine is looking rather dour.
Yeah, just nibbling on a piece of bacon.
And he just looks at you and as before he leaves, just says, "You should get some time outside. Claustrophobia will kill you."
Yeah, no, I'll do that, thanks.
And as he stands in the door, he looks at you and says, and if you wanted to talk more about patrons, let me know.
Perhaps on the journey, but I'm good for today.
And he smiles. He kind of just kind of shrugs at that and then smiles. Everyone says, "Fresh start. I'll catch up with you all tomorrow morning before we leave. We can meet at. I believe you said that you're going to be acquiring some axe beaks from the Green Grave, so perhaps we can meet there and leave from there."
Sounds like a plan, my man.
Those rations and any other supplies we think necessary. Might be wise for us to get plenty of rope, maybe some pittons. This trek might be dangerous.
They're certain to be climbing. Smolto is high up in the peaks, and the old steps that led up to it are unreliable. So, climbing gear certainly will be useful. All right.
I think I have some of that, but we'll need more.
Well, I'll see you on the morrow then.
Peace out,
Release.
homie.
As soon as he leaves, I lean over to Septimus and just say, I'm going to need you to use your abilities for me. If that's okay.
Certainly, Fyrn. What did you have in mind?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at everyone and kind of just pull him a little off to the side, not leaving the room off to the side, but
In the 10x10 room that
And
has.
I was going to say yes.
yeah, kind of just drag him a little to the corner and just be like, I'm honor bound to search for an artifact that would allow me to go home. I've long since given up on finding it, but I must ask you, if it's possible, you must ask your patron about the Ithildagnir.
The one your brother is in search of.
Aye.
Well, the more information you can give me that you know, I think the better chances of me learning something it will be. But I'll give it a try. Maybe who knows? Maybe he'll shed some light on exactly where your brother has gone. Help us find him.
I search through my pack and find a small excerpt that I had written down from the notes that were given to me by I forgot the name of the guy. Lucas in the academy. About what I could find about the Ithildagnir, or the closest stuff that he could find about it that matches my current understanding of it.
Okay.
So I'll send that to you, Prisco.
Okay.
Once I find it.
No worries. I'm sending it to him right now.
Oh, okay, great.
There you go, Michael. You have a nice little piece of information.
Boom.
Alex, you were about to say
My
something.
goodness.
You're muted.
Hey,
Hey, Bruce. And you just elbow the jukebox.
Oh yeah, my record, oh my god,
Gramophone.
gramophone. Thank you, Sean. Still not working. Gotta get that fixed. Hey, Fyrn.
Yeah. What is it?
Can you are you able to read this scroll as Bruce reaches into his bag and just starts taking out a scroll that he should have raveled up?
I take a look at the scroll. What does it look like, Sean?
It looks like a lot of really small infernal script.
This is in Inferno.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
sure
it's a really large book, but you able to decipher this?
What does it say, Sean?
It is a lot of information, and the script is very tiny. You would have to really sit down and read this. The first few sentences, though, if you just glance
quick
at
skim
it,
of the first. Yeah.
If you were to, it immediately is legalese jargon, you start to read it and you're immediately bored. You read the first sentence and then you have to reread the first sentence because you're I just can't focus. This is so boring.
I would need to put on my headband for this one. I don't think I can really get through it.
All right, I just wondering.
It's a lot of very very eloquently written, I suppose. A bit complicated, I'd say. But I could read it.
All right, yeah, take your time. You hold on to it. As long as it doesn't seem to have anything demonic that could spread to you, so...
Yeah, maybe I'll just translate it word for word.
Sure. If you want to take your time to do that.
That might be easier.
Yeah, it was inside that little cube that you and...
The
Jack
cube?
that we're obsessed with. Yeah.
Can I have it?
It's opened up. Here you go.
Awesome. I keep the cube.
Wait, no.
No, you gave it to me. No, it's mine now. That's how it works, right?
No, it's still in my inventory, D&D Beyond.
Nope, it's my inventory now. I'm writing it in mine.
No.
Stolen from Bruce. I'm writing descriptive.
Anything else you'd like to do before we kind of just get into the whatever last minute things you want to do here?
Carry on, Wayward DM.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then that first question is there specific things you guys want to try to acquire before leaving?
Jacquette would like to get some potions from the Hag's Hollow.
Okay. Any particular potions you're looking to get?
I would like to procure up to 10 antitoxins,
Mm-hmm.
which by my math is 500 silver.
Oops, that's not how I wanted that to be. That would be 500 silver. Yes, you do get a discount to 450
Oh.
because you did such a good job last night in the previous evening, or 2 previous evenings of saving the
Okay.
town. So 450 silver can get you 10 antitoxins.
All right. And then Jacquette would like to procure some healing potions.
Okay.
Or potions of healing, excuse me. Was that something, Septimus?
I said, could Septimus suggest some potions as well? Unless
course.
you're,
No, I imagine we probably would have gone together. And if everyone wants to add, Jacquette would be doling these out. So everyone gets 2 antitoxins, which can end the
Even
poison.
me.
Everyone gets it. Jacquette gives you a look, but he still goes, "We are a team after all. And your life is valuable to me. So please stay alive."
Thanks.
Potions of healing.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Do you want minor potions of healing?
How much would greater cost?
Let's see. I always forget how much I usually charge for these things.
Yeah, there used to be. I had like a page somewhere that had like really easy things that weren't in the equipment.
Yeah. Oops. Grader, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, graders you can purchase for 150 silver. each.
Okay. So Jacquette would want to get everyone 1 greater and 1 normal potion of healing.
Okay, so that would be 200 each. How many are there? There's 3, so that's what, 1,000 silver then?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 1,000 silver.
Okay.
That one they don't give you a discount on.
Yeah, because they smell bad. I mean, that's only 50 gold, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone can add 1 greater and 1 normal potion.
Thank you, Jacquette.
Do you want some? Do you want us to chip in?
Oh, if you want to, I'd love some extra coin.
Here, and I'll just hand you over 200 gold that I have.
Oh,
200 gold, Saskia, or 200
I
silver?
think so. I mean, I have it in as gold, so. Oops, I did that wrong. Maybe it was supposed to be silver. I'll still hand it over to you, 200 silver.
200 silver. Okay.
200 gold would be quite a fortune you're handing over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
1,000 silver. Jacquette paid that in 50 gold pieces to the hags, and he's like, I know, right now, you guys don't think you'll get trade going or anything, but trust me, in a few days, weeks time, I have no concept of how long it's going to take us to, finish this dead god off or whatever, but your gold will be worth something. I'll tell you what.
And I will say, like, people are way more amenable to gold and silver than when you first got here, because you've inspired hope that it's like, hey, the savings we have under our mattress, that, like, for most of them, it's like 10 silver that they had under their mattress. They're suddenly like, gold and silver might become a hot commodity really fast in this region.
Do we want potions of climbing?
I don't need that personally.
I think some
Neither
of
do
us.
I'm not sure if a
benefit.
potion would be.
Septimus himself will buy one then.
All right, one potion of climbing is a common potion, so it'll be 50 silver.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, hold on. We got a potion of a greater potion of healing. Did we get regular potions of healing?
You
Yes.
got one regular, one greater.
And what was the other thing that
And-
You bought-
2 antitoxins.
antitoxin? Okay.
Sean.
Mhm.
Is there anybody that's willing to sell their pure blessed wart?
Excellent question. I'm gonna ask you to do a little bit of carousing to try to find someone who would give you this.
Hey, Jacquet, can you ask anybody if
How about this? While we're at the Hag's Hollow, Jacquet takes out the astrologer's sickle that he has from the tower and goes, now, I know you ladies want to hold on to all the blessed wart you can, but if we don't come back from this excursion, you might as well just leave these lands, because nothing will protect you against the creeping death. With that in mind, I still will offer this, he says, sliding out the sickle. We acquired it from some kind of undead wizards in Stormbreaker's Landing. But if you could help Iron and Mana out, give us some of your extra stash, we would greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
What was I going to say?
okay.
That's not what I was going to
All
say.
right.
No, they are willing to part with. They will take the sickle, and they are willing to part with some blessed wort. No persuasion roll necessary, because I know what you can get for a minimum. And this is a situation where they're like, that does make sense. That if they don't come back, we'll be. If none of these people come back, we are toast. We will only last like. Not even a year, probably. So they were like, okay, basically, like, fine. We'll take this off your hands. Marine takes it, and Deirdre comes back with a satchel of blessed wort for each of you in exchange for this. That contains 2 doses of blessed wort, or 2 units of blessed wort, I'll say, which can be burned in a lantern, and last for. Well, it could be used in multiple ways. Like, obviously, you could use this for poison, Jacquet. But it also would serve as lantern fuel.
Sean, I want to make sure that we're so Fyrn has some climbing equipment, but I also want to just make sure that we're outfitted, like the whole team is outfitted for climbing. So I want to be looking for ropes, pittons, like the ice hook things that go on the bottom of your shoes, so that way you can like travel on ice without slipping. Maybe like a compass and like something that measures like altitude. And I guess torches probably everybody has, but that's basically what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so one, for everyone's notes, the 2 units of blessed wort 1 unit of blessed wort can burn in a lantern for 6 hours.
Damn.
So Fyrn, you can absolutely purchase climbers kits for most of what you're asking for. Climbers kits, when you use them properly, allow you to anchor yourself so you can't fall more than 25 feet from the anchor point. You can't move more than 25 feet from there without undoing the anchor, so it's kind of like a 25 foot at a time movement up
Right.
the side.
Okay.
Shoes is a good question because I do know that snowshoes are an item.
Yeah, snowshoes is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the spikes.
Oh, the spikes, you can get those would be included in the climber's kit.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be able to purchase attachments for your boots that would allow people to have a better chance with the climber's kit. I'll say with the climbing spikes for the shoes, it would be 30 silver each for a climber's kit.
I'm just looking for it in here.
It should be called climber's kit.
30 silver each.
Yep.
Okay, I'm willing to buy those. Who needs them? Raise your hands. Okay, so 3 of them.
I'll give you the 30 silver for it.
Okay, just add it to your yourselves, I guess.
I got it.
I already have some of it, but I'm buying one for myself as a spare, just in case, you know? So I'm marking 60 SP. You don't have to mark it, Mike.
Okay.
Just make sure you have your kit. And is it possible that I could find maybe like a rope of climbing? Because I just realized that's a thing.
Bruce, couldn't you make a rope of climbing really easily?
Oh yeah, that's elementary artificing. Look, watch this. And Bruce like takes out a rope and yeah, can you toss it up there? Too weak.
I believe you can just speak a command word and it'll animate and move towards a destination you choose, up to the rope's length away from you.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Sorry, elementary. Yeah.
So, Bruce, are you using one of your slots to make that?
I can, and I will.
Well, are you? Okay.
Okay.
Also,
So then you don't need to purchase that then.
thinking about to defeat the boss, Septimus just like goes to Bruce and be like, "Do you think we should bring some barrels?"
Maybe
Love that.
some of this could fit in my bag.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to have, we got to make sure we can still ride on the axe beats.
Actually,
Right.
yes. Thinking of that, yeah. Like, what's the gunpowder situation in this town?
This town, non-existent. They do not have gunpowder in Sekanto. The town has been
Okay.
cut off from society for like 15
What
years.
what about moonshine?
Moonshine? They definitely have.
Hell yeah, blow.
Sean, would it be possible,
Mhm.
talking to the hags, would it be possible, talking to you hags, that you might have potions of resistance? Specifically like a resistance to necrotic damage, as we will be fighting undead, and that's kind of like their main ammo.
Oh wow, I was actually worried that I didn't learn the rope of climbing, but I did. It's my second infusion that I learned, but I just never used it.
Wow.
Wow.
Or do you want to play it? Apparently the rules for potion of resistance is you don't know what it is. Just
Yeah.
randomly is rolled.
The GM can choose the type.
Oh yeah.
So it's either I choose the type or you randomly. I do like the idea of it being randomly rolled, but I will not do that to you.
That's the cheap version, is you get what you get.
The hags are able to do this. They also are able to brew them throughout the day so that you have
Mhm.
them for your departure. They don't have enough resources to make a ton of them. But they can make these. Would you want one? They'd be able to make one for each of you if you wanted.
I think that's a sound investment.
So these are a little more expensive
Right.
than like the potions of greater healing, even though they're the same rarity. These would be
So.
300 silver each.
Okay, this one everyone has to shell out individually. Papa Jacquet's bank account is only so
Generous.
Would you
Yes,
be
thank
able
you.
to spot me 46 silver?
Don't call yourself Papa.
Call
Sorry,
yourself-
Saskia. Didn't we just get a whole bunch of gold from?
Saskia, I have a feeling you did not update your
So I had the gold in there. That was the gold.
Are you
Okay.
sure you didn't just like give away all of it at some random point that we all
No.
forgot?
No, I've done that, but no, I had it when I was giving you the 200 gold. That was from the golds that we had just gotten.
So
Okay.
the gold, you need to calculate it into silver then for your.
Oh, okay.
So you have actual gold, like you were given actual gold, not
Yes.
Yeah,
silver.
It was yeah.
So it's not
Which was,
our.
I had 479 gold pieces.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
So now convert just a little bit of that into silver.
Oh shit!
Like-
yeah.
Because I just gave you two.
If you gave me 200, just put 200 gold back.
And then
200
So-
gold is
convert was what you should do. You should put 470 whatever gold in
Yep.
there, and
Yep.
then you should take like 50 gold out of
100,
that
or
and just
50,
turn it
yeah.
into silver, and just
Okay.
give yourself take 50 gold out and give yourself
Yep.
1,000 silver,
Yeah.
Said
and now extract the silver from that 1,000 silver.
great.
There's not a what's it, transfer fee for this, right?
Yeah, no.
So it's 300 silver for potion
Potion of resistance, yes,
All right,
and
so
it can
I
be
will give you
necrotic.
that.
Yeah.
We go to the convenience store. They always have the best rates.
I want to get Arizona iced tea.
That's the potion of resistance. All that sugar helps you resist death.
Mm.
Man, getting rid of a bunch of this coin is really lightening Jacquet's backpack.
Did you say
Um,
they were? Wait, Han. Did you also say that there were diamonds somewhere that we could purchase?
Shine bright like a
do you
diamond.
want to buy some diamonds?
Sep would like to buy.
Okay.
Maybe some diamonds. If
How many
they're
diamonds would you like to buy?
available.
The hags have diamonds.
Good.
That they,
What is-
I would say they have 5 diamonds in their inventory for sale that you can purchase. That are the cost of. You can either. I think you would probably only have access to Revivify right now, so they are
Please
5
go.
Revivify cost diamonds or 1 True Resurrection cost diamond, whatever it is.
There it is.
I think it's
Yeah,
what
it's
is it,
100.
300 or 100?
It's 300 gold.
300.
300.
So 300. They have 300 silver value diamonds. They have 5 of them. You can. How many do you want to purchase?
Wait, 5 diamonds or 300?
They have
Gold.
five individual diamonds worth 300 silver.
Oh, okay. So okay. They got 1,500
They have 1,500
300.
silver worth of
silver
diamonds.
pieces. Wood. Don't we have some? diamonds?
Yeah,
we have
pretty
one.
sure.
Yeah, we did,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, it's not bad to have a backup, especially because
No.
like, it's an undead god. So maybe I'll get 2 more. I'll spend 600.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sean, what do we have in the case of like traveling like navigation equipment like compasses and like something to measure altitude? And I know we already have a map, but
You guys don't have you have maps. You don't have things like compasses though.
yeah, that's something that if they have, I'd like to see if I can get.
You can purchase an Explorer. No, Explorer Pack doesn't have that stuff. Let me see if Compass is even an item.
No, it's not.
It is not. So I would say you can
It would
purchase.
be a.
Go ahead.
It would be like a toolkit, like
Yeah,
navigators.
Yeah, so I was thinking just let's just do navigator. We'll just do the equivalent costs. So you can get a whole kind of like explorer's kit. There's not an actual item for this, Clay, so you'll have to do a custom one. But basically the equipment, you can use navigator's tools as a placeholder, but basically it includes things like a compass, and different information to help you navigate in the wilds. Particularly things like plotting your course of travel and determining your position via looking to the stars in the sky.
Okay. I see that. And I guess I would need proficiency in order to use it properly. But I can still use it even if I don't have proficiency, right?
You just don't add your proficiency bonus. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Understood. I'm gonna buy one of those.
Perfect.
I don't know how much it costs.
25 silver.
Okay.
Any other purchases?
I just want to buy a lot of really good, delicious rations for everybody.
Absolutely. Rations are good.
Well, also like, you know, things that are like wouldn't be travel food, but things I could store in the glorious Tupperware of.
You know what
Bradley.
Jacquet would love right now?
Crepes.
It was an item that we had in campaign 1.
Holy shit.
Timber had it. Remember the flask? The never-ending flask?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that
It was
Wiswick's
Wiswick's,
thing?
and then Wiswick gave it to Timber.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
You
Timber
remember
used it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Wizards.
It was.
Yeah,
it was actually just
remember
an item Wiswick had.
Yeah, it started. That was a starting item.
it's,
That was a trinket.
It is 10 copper for rations.
Oh, wow. Gotta ration our beans.
Yeah, 10 copper per day for rations. And that's the full day's worth of rations. I didn't realize they added malnutrition rules to the 2024.
Yeah.
My
Book.
goodness. You're thinking of everything.
Medium creatures need a pound of food a day. It's not that much food.
No.
I don't need
And
a pound of food a day.
If
That's
you've got
BS.
good berries, who cares?
That's BS. I'm throwing down at least 6 pounds.
Okay.
Alrighty. Any other shopping purchases?
How about like a dirigible?
Those cost too much. Actually, you guys would probably afford one with all
Like
the
an
money you have.
airship or
There's not-
something? A
No.
big balloon?
I think I did the
Ooh,
math,
yes.
and we're a little short of an
Yeah.
airship.
Can we get a zip one?
They are not. They do not have any dirigible manufacturers in the north. All right.
Wait.
So
Do they have mechanical chocobos?
they don't.
Oh.
Unfortunately, they don't.
That's really sad in Septimus.
So, as you're spending the day really doing this, and I'll imagine at the end of all of your purchases, you will find yourselves at the Green Grave to pick up your axe beaks. We will get to those axe beaks because I always like making a nice little scene out of getting animals, so you guys can like choose your animal. We'll do that at the start of next session, and we'll also depart at the start of next session the following morning.
Sounds good.
And I think that's where we're going to close it for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We're going to send a raid on over to Jess the Human, who is doing a charity for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital with the some pretty awesome folks there, like Swole Initiative, Johnny Stanton's in the game. It's a really cool group. It's Oops All Athletes D&D charity stream. So please consider donating. It's a really great cause. We're gonna close out the night with that raid. Let me just remember. I haven't raided in a while, so I'm like, what? How do I do this? There we go. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you all next week.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Have a wonderful
Bye.
time.